2024 is the year you finally shed the weight for good, and I have the insider info on how to do it. Losing weight can feel overwhelming, especially in the beginning, because how do you start? Is it even possible? In this video, I'm going to be sharing my ultimate guide to rapid weight loss to help you transform your body and your life. From how to kickstart your journey to overcoming common hurdles, I'm going to walk you through every step of the journey. Get ready to take control of your health and make 2024 your year of transformation. Hi and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name's Elle and I know all too well the struggles and challenges that come with being overweight, trying to lose weight to get healthier, to better your life. That's why I'm so passionate about helping others lose weight and improve their health so that they too can experience how life-changing it is. Just a warning, in this video I'm going to be talking about calories, weight gain, weight loss, and I'm not going to censor myself so that you can have all of the information on hand. If you find any of these topics triggering, that's totally okay, but this video is probably not the best choice for you. If you want to skip this one, I have a ton of other videos on my channel for you to check out. Everything from healthy recipes to mum life, travel vlogs, day in the life vlogs. There is something for everyone there. I've got my playlist linked below, so go and check it out and I'll see you in the next one. For everyone else who wants to lose weight in 2024, if I was starting over again, let's dive into exactly what I would do. My whole life I have struggled with weight gain, emotional eating, and only recently I've discovered the reasons why I've had those struggles. If you've been following along my channel, you'll know that I recently shared my diagnosis, being diagnosed with ADHD inattentive type, and so much of that diagnosis makes sense purely from a food perspective and the relationship I have had with food. I have old videos on my channel where in vlogs I'm talking about how I feel there are people out there, me included, who really feel good after eating certain food. It turns out I was right, there are people out there like that, and I'm one of those people. Because my brain is wired differently from a neurotypical brain, I struggle at times to get the dopamine levels regulated within my brain. So I'm seeking out ways to kind of get that dopamine hit. And the way in which I've always gotten my biggest dopamine hit is through food. This isn't limited to just an ADHD thing, and people who have ADHD, they all experience it in different ways. So I am just speaking to this from my personal experience. The problem for me is that that dopamine hit doesn't just come from any foods. It has to be high sugar, high fat foods. During the moments of my life where I felt stressed or anxious, I've always turned to food to feel better. I'm not here to demonize those foods. I don't actually have anything against those foods, but I want to be honest and upfront with my reality, and that is that eating too much of those foods causes me to gain weight. And for a lot of us, eating those foods every now and again as an occasional thing doesn't actually result in any weight gain or changes. But if the balance shifts and those kind of foods become your go-to and you're consuming more calories than your body needs, then those extra calories only have one place to go, and that is to be stored as body fat. And what happens when we accumulate more body fat? We gain weight. But I'm going to be real with you. Gaining a lot of weight quickly does really bother me. Why? Because I feel my best when I'm at my healthiest. And for me, part of being my healthiest is being at my healthiest weight. Otherwise, I feel tired, lethargic, have issues with my digestion, bloating, and truthfully, there's also a trickle effect onto my mental health as well. But I also feel self-conscious because there are clothes that just don't fit me in my wardrobe anymore. Some people might say the solution is just to size up, buy more clothes, but to me that isn't the solution, because where does it stop? Instead, the solution to me is to put a pin in it, find my healthy weight and make sure I get back there, and then take steps to create a healthy lifestyle around me that supports me in maintaining that weight. Some people get so upset when you say that you don't want to gain weight or that you would like to maintain a healthy weight for you. I'm not trying to intentionally upset anybody or trigger anyone, but I struggle that these kinds of conversations are now seen as taboo, or by saying those things that you are somehow anti-body positive or that you don't love and appreciate your body and yourself. I only get one life. I only get one body. I want it to be the best one possible. For the first 18 months of my twins' life, I genuinely felt my mental health declining. What I didn't know was that it was my ADHD symptoms spiraling out of control, all of which led me to reach out and ask for help. I then took steps to improve my mental health, and I am so grateful and thankful that I did that. My physical health, which includes my weight, is no different in my opinion. For me personally, there's normally a reason why I feel triggered about something. Maybe it hits too close to home, and sometimes talking about weight can trigger people because they would like to take steps to improve their health, change their weight, and they don't feel like that's possible. So it's just easier to just kind of ignore. But this video is to prove otherwise. If you don't think you can, I'm here to show you that you can. There has been more than one occasion in my life where I have gained a lot of weight. And when I say a lot of weight, I know that this is going to differ from person to person, so it's all in perspective. But for me personally, it's when I gain really quickly 10 to 20 kilos. I started my Elle Herself social media pages after I had finished law school and I was working as a junior lawyer. Through the stress of studying, getting admitted to the bar, and then also starting my first job as a junior litigation solicitor, I had gained a lot of weight. And that extra weight was making me feel tired, lethargic, and I was only like 25, 26 years old. I was really sick of the yo-yo that I was on and had experienced my whole life. I wanted to find a solution that worked for me and find a healthy lifestyle, one that I could maintain long-term going forward. I was committed to finding what worked for me, so I decided to just try everything. If it fits your macros, counting calories, counting macros, being plant-based, being vegetarian, and nothing worked. I tried low carb, I liked it, but I did find that because there were some foods that you could kind of sneak in, it was a bit of a slippery slope for me. So I was left with one last lifestyle to try, and that was a keto lifestyle. As soon as I discovered keto, everything changed. Keto, short for ketogenic, is a low-carb, high-fat diet that has gained popularity because of its potential to help promote rapid weight loss and improve overall health. The keto diet works by inducing a metabolic state known as ketosis. This is where the body switches from using carbohydrates as its primary fuel source to fat as its primary fuel source. Here's how it works. When you reduce your carbohydrate intake, your body's glycogen stores become depleted, prompting it to turn to fat stores. And it uses this fat as fuel. Keto is really popular for that rapid weight loss. Not only is there that scientific basis to back up that claim, but because the kinds of foods that you eat to remain in ketosis and follow a keto lifestyle don't include those high fat, high sugar junk foods, your body is just naturally consuming healthier options, which also helps to support that weight loss. All of a sudden, when I started following a keto lifestyle, I didn't need to snack anymore. Whereas before, I felt like I just constantly needed fuel because I was hungry so much quicker after eating. Keto can also help some people with improved energy, mental clarity, and all of those things also go hand in hand with helping you lose weight faster. If you're not feeling lethargic, tired, you're more likely to feel upbeat and ready to go for a walk around the block, play with your kids, do some accidental movement, and all of that also helps to support weight loss too. It is essential to approach keto or any lifestyle change with caution though, and chat to your doctor before you make any changes because everyone's health circumstances are different. Once I started keto, I lost the 20 kilos that I needed to shift really quickly within 18 months. Over that time, I gained the energy to start exercising, something that I had not done in years, and I just felt so much better. So how did I start? And this is probably the number one question that I get asked all the time. The answer is, you just do. Here's what you need to remember. You've got to look at the calendar, you have to pick a date that you're starting, and then you need to make a commitment to yourself that when that day arrives, you're starting. You don't have to start perfectly, you don't have to never make a mistake once you start, but that date is the day that you stop doing what you're currently doing that's leading you down the path you're on now, and you start doing something different so that you can get a different outcome. And if you would like some more guidance around how to start, what to eat, meal plans, all that stuff, I have a free 7-day meal plan ebook with all the recipes, the meal plan, the grocery list, and tips and tricks for how to start and how to create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. That free ebook is linked in the description box below. I really want to help you create a lifestyle that you love. The other question I get asked is, when you start, do you just jump in, boots and all, and just get going? The answer is you absolutely can. For me personally, at the time, I was already following a low carb lifestyle because I had kind of transitioned to that. So the transition to keto wasn't that much different than what I was doing already. Even if you don't want to go full keto yet, I think this is the perfect place to start. Start making low carb swaps. Stocking your kitchen with those swaps is going to be essential for your success, especially because lots of us, me included, don't live alone. We share our kitchen with others. I've got my husband and our twins. Our twins aren't keto. My husband does follow a low carb keto lifestyle, but making sure that there are options on hand for us just makes our life so much easier. Craving carbs at the beginning and making this switch is totally normal, and there are ways to overcome those cravings and stay on track. After I lost those 20 kilos working as a lawyer, I was able to maintain that weight loss for about 4 years until my husband and I suffered recurrent miscarriages, and my emotional eating really started to bubble up at that time. I'm so grateful that it wasn't long after our second miscarriage that I fell pregnant, this time with our twins. But that pregnancy was full of a lot of anxiety because I was really worried if I would lose the babies. And how did I deal with that anxiety? Food, of course. But let me tell you, I did not hold back. And honestly, I have no regrets. But my midwife, my obstetrician, both of them were really concerned at the rate of weight gain that I was experiencing. So much so that they encouraged me to work with a dietitian, who I did. And even she was surprised that I was able to gain as much weight as I was in the pregnancy. But I was being closely monitored, the babies were doing okay, I was doing okay. The extra weight definitely made things more difficult for me in terms of my mobility and the pain and everything I was experiencing. But I also, at that time, really needed what I was doing, the food I was eating, to kind of help me manage that anxiety and manage just that time in my life. I was really in survival mode, and I'm okay that I did that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm just being honest about that experience I had. Ultimately, I gained somewhere in the realm of 50 kilos in that pregnancy, and I was somewhat hopeful that once the twins were born, it would all just kind of shoot on out of me, but it didn't. In the first couple of weeks, I lost around about 12 kilos just from water weight, that kind of thing. But the rest of the weight that I gained in pregnancy, it was staying put. It was down to what I had eaten, not just the baby weight. Over the next few months, I actually continued to use food as a source of comfort, a way to deal with just the massive change to my life. All of a sudden, my husband and I were thrown in the deep end with 2 newborns. I was self-employed, still working, you know, all these things were going on. And the way in which I dealt with it was food. It reached a point where I knew that I had to make a change, and I had to slowly kind of wean myself off of those foods. And that did help me to kind of try to stabilize my weight a little bit more. But by 7 months postpartum, I still had 30 kilos to go to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. And those 7 months carrying that extra weight had really taken a toll. My back was hurting, my knees, my ankles was so painful. At 7 months postpartum, I felt like mentally I was in a place where I could get back into my old lifestyle and start that transition back. So picked a day, and when that day came, the commitment was there to start. I made sure I had the alternatives on hand, and to combat those carb cravings, I also made sure that I had a sweet treat in the fridge that I could just have when I needed it. For me, it's my keto caramel slice. Recipe is on my YouTube. You have to make it. And especially in that first week, as you're dealing with those carb cravings, don't be hard on yourself if you need to eat those sweet alternatives. Just help yourself kind of adjust into the process. Don't worry too much about the calories. It might actually end up that you are eating the same calories as you were before, but you're also just adjusting the kinds of foods that you're eating, and you are switching the relationship that that you have with food as well. When you're picking that day of when you want to start, try to find a date that's not crazy busy. Later down the track, once you have started losing weight or you're at your goal, you can start to introduce those old foods back in again and try to find that balance. But I really recommend a fresh start, a clean break, a clean slate, so that you have the time and space to create those new habits and really create a new lifestyle that's free from the things that you used to do that were leading you to gain weight. One thing you should be absolutely prepared for is the keto flu. This is something that people can experience when they start a low carb keto lifestyle, but I managed to avoid it completely, and I want you to avoid it too. First off, what exactly is the keto flu and why does it happen? It's a collection of symptoms that occur as your body adjusts to the metabolic changes brought on by a low carb diet. These symptoms can include fatigue, headaches, dizziness, irritability, and nausea, and are often caused by dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, and the body's transition from burning carbs to burning fat for fuel. Here's how I minimized the keto flu so that I could just adjust into this lifestyle and get on with things. Firstly, hydration. Staying hydrated throughout the day is so crucial. Dehydration can make those symptoms worse, so make sure you're drinking enough water. Definitely consider adding in things like electrolytes, bone broth, those kinds of things to help your overall water intake. But on the topic of electrolytes, I am super passionate about this because when I started keto, I started making my own electrolytes too. And that was a game changer in avoiding keto flu, helping me feel energized, and that's something that I continue to this day to have in my daily routine. So much so that my husband and I started Welle Essentials, our healthy supplement line, which began with our electrolytes, our powdered electrolytes. We wanted to make them easy and accessible for people, that they could enjoy them in a really delicious way. This is our limited edition black currant flavor, and it is so refreshing. Electrolytes contain sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and those are the things that become depleted on a low carb keto lifestyle. In the beginning, you really feel the effect of that too. So if you do want to try electrolytes, if you haven't added them into your everyday routine, I have a special code that you can use for watching this video as a big thank you from me to you. You can use the code YouTube15 on welleessentials.com, and that will give you 15% off our electrolytes so that you can try them for yourself, and also our Lights Out Latte, because our Lights Out Latte is a magnesium blend. It's designed to have at the end of the day, because that magnesium helps in so many ways too. Helps you with recovery, helps your muscles, because spasming and cramping can be something that people experience when they're starting keto because of the keto flu too. So have the Lights Out Latte at night. It has no caffeine in it, doesn't taste like coffee, it's just a really cute name, and we have delicious flavors of those available too. I have a Lights Out Latte every night. It is such a yummy way to end the day. It's like my lazy girl dessert. So use YouTube15 on welleessentials.com to save 15% on our electrolytes and Lights Out Latte. This sale though is only available for 7 days, so jump in quick. I have everything linked down below. Another strategy is just to ease into keto over a couple of weeks, and taking this length of time should also help to minimize those symptoms. If at any time you feel them creeping on though, grab your electrolytes and start chugging, because that will change everything. So electrolytes, hydration, magnesium, make sure you're doing those things, adding salt to your meals, all of that is going to help you in such a big way. And the reason why that's important is because this adjustment stage is hard enough, just making the changes. You don't want to be dealing with the keto flu on top of that. So take those precautions so that you can just enjoy that adjustment and focus on reaching your goals instead. Should you track? Do you need to track? My honest opinion is at the beginning, no, it's not necessary. I didn't track at the start, but as I continued on my journey, I really saw the benefit of tracking. By keeping tabs on what you eat and how it affects your body, you can identify patterns. Then make adjustments as needed and stay accountable to your goals. One tool that I highly recommend to help you with this process is my app Welle Club, my very own healthy keto lifestyle and recipe app. Welle Club members have full and complete access to a wealth of resources designed to support your low carb keto journey, as well as over 600 recipes with new recipes added each week. pre-made meal plans, a customizable meal planner tool, shopping list generator, macro calculator. There is just so much, and there's also so much coming to the app very, very soon. My goal with creating Welle Club was to make it easier than ever for you to stay on track. In addition to Welle Club, other popular apps that can help with tracking include MyFitnessPal, which offers a comprehensive database of foods and macros, as well as tools to help you set goals. Whatever app you choose, it's crucial that you find one that aligns with your preferences, making it easy and enjoyable to track your journey. As for my personal tracking methods, I've found it easiest just to use the Welle Club pre-made meal plans and then just follow those throughout the day. The exact meal plan that I followed to lose the 30 kilos is available on Welle Club to all members, and the way in which our meal planner tool works is that you can easily drag and drop, change things out, and make it customizable for you. If you want to try Welle Club, I do have a special deal for you. You can use that same code YouTube15 to save 15% off of all of our memberships for your first membership payment. And we do have a new Welle Club group challenge starting very soon at the start of April. So if you join now and you make the most of this special deal, you'll be a member and be locked in, ready to join us and jump in on this challenge if you choose to do so. I loved Welle Club challenges to help me with boosting my weight loss because there was that accountability and community support, which I just loved. It made the process so much easier doing it alongside like-minded individuals, and we would love to have you join us. So I will have Welle Club linked down below with that code YouTube15. But this is just a limited time offer. I'm going to keep Welle Club open slightly longer for 2 weeks. So you've got 2 weeks to join us and make the most of that special deal. If you do choose to give tracking a go, don't be afraid to experiment. Online macro calculators are really helpful just to give you an idea as to general numbers. We have a macro calculator available on Welle Club for all of our Welle Club members, but I will leave one linked below that you can just find off of Google to give you an idea of what those numbers would be like for you and your goals if you're interested in seeing that. But remember that these macro calculators are just a starting point. Don't stress about being perfect. Start the process and then you can tweak along the way. Remember, this is just the beginning for you. Think about what little step you can take today, because all of those little steps are going to add up and get you to your end goal. Thank you so much for watching this video. The support means the world. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because I will be seeing you very soon. Bye!